I'm going to be giving an update on the exporting from the product library application. To put this in context, these product libraries can all exchange product information with each other using the specifier's properties information exchange format and or using data services. So exchange formats are easy for people to understand. You get a file, you import it, you can export the same file back and you can give it to somebody else and they can import it. So that's fairly straightforward. Then you'll be able to export that information to an asset information model, which means that you've got to restructure it so that it can slot in without any editing. So this is our company product library database, and what we've done is we've made some of those suppliers and some of those products that those suppliers have accessible from a public site. That means you don't have to log in. You can follow my steps if you want to try this out yourself. So the URL for that is products.activeplan.com. So we'll go to the suppliers, and we've made 5 suppliers viewable here. There are 2 boiler manufacturers. There's one product in Waterloo Air Products, which is mechanical ventilation fittings. Dakin, which is packaged air handling units, and Ideal Standards, which is sanitary fittings. We'll just do the complex one, which is the boiler. We put this in about 2005, so we've had this data a long time. We've got our product manufacturer's details there, and you'll notice that the application allows us to also put a geolocation for address, and it also allows us to put in multiple addresses. There's only one address that we've got for Hovel, and we'll click on products, and products can be organized into catalogs, but make it simple. And the structure that we have for products is that they then have product models. So some of the products that you'll see have multiple variations, and in this particular instance there's only one variation, which is one product model. So we go to product models because it's the product model that you select and put into a project. So we go to that Ultragas, and the product itself is linked to a template, and then the template says what sort of attribute information is required. So that's being filled in there, and it means that you can also have attribute information that's relevant at the top level, at the product level, and then that's outputted when you output a product model. But then there are attributes that are specific only to the product model, so you'll see that those are different there. Well, let's go straight to export, and we've got some options here which I'll go through in a minute. But if we just clicked the SPie export, which is a subset of Kobe, that's going to generate a spreadsheet, and if I just open up that spreadsheet, we'll have a look through with the sort of information that has been populated. So this is all running live. I've not cut this video at all. And in here we've got the contact sheet, which includes the supplier but also any people who've edited any data. We've got one entry in the type because we've outputted just one model, and then we've got in here we've got some maintenance tasks, and in one of those maintenance tasks there's a series of equipment required, so those are then contained in the resources tab. We've got some documents that are associated to the product model, to the product, so that's the directory structure in which those files are expected to be. They are the files, and then we've got a description of what those files actually mean. And lastly, we've got the attribute table filled in, and you'll notice down at the bottom there we've also got attributes to extend the information about the company and also about individual users. So that company's got a geolocation, longitude and latitude as degrees decimal, and also an easting and northing from the Ordnance Survey, and they're linked back to the supplier's address. So we just close that down, and if we just clicked the SPie product data sheet format export, and then just opened up that. So this is using the template that the product's against. So this is not a template that has been produced by SPie, but the layout is in a SPie format, a SPie product datasheet format. And this is a very quick and easy way then for product manufacturers to provide that data sheet should a company ask them to provide data sheets. And then there's the zip file. So if we just click the zip file, and I'll open up that zip file as well in my folders, and you'll see that that's got a folder structure with documents, Hovel Limited, and that mirrors what is in the Kobe spreadsheet or the SPie spreadsheet. So what does this mean here? Well, on a project, I wouldn't say Ultragas 125. As a designer engineer, I would have put boiler type A, and the default there is going to Omniclass. Well, we're in the UK, so we're going to use Uniclass 2015. And if there was more than one address, so there might be several addresses around the world, then I would pick the address that's relevant for me, and then I just click that to output the spreadsheet again. And you'll notice that the spreadsheet name has been altered, so it now says SPie boiler type A, Hovel, Ultragas, and then there's nothing changed in contacts, but under type it's now got a reference name boiler type A. And if I go along to job, that says boiler type A as well. Nothing changes in resource because resource links to job. Documents, same thing again, now relate to boiler type A. And lastly, attributes, they all relate to boiler type A. So everything's been altered specifically so that I can get that straight into my asset information model. Right, that's about it really. There's a lot more to come, but that's the progress report on where we are. Thanks very much for watching.